Abby with Simply Sherberts, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I do for work. I'm going to talk a little bit about what my actual job is, the money that I make and where we budget it, and I'm also going to talk about why my job is super important to our family moving forward, and just basically kind of chat through some of the goals that we have for our family in regards to what I do for a job. So my official job title is a strategic analyst, and I own a consulting firm. And what I do is I basically look at someone's brand, or I look at their business from top to bottom, and I really get all the data points that I need to help them determine what really works for their business and then what's not working so well. And then I do a ton of research on how to basically get that business to increase not only in followers or views, but also to increase in income. Now, it's kind of hard to put, I guess, everything into words because I don't do the same thing for basically any of my clients. Each of my clients is different. They each have different needs. So for example, if I have an actor who is trying to increase their social media presence and work more with brands, I'm doing something totally different than I would for, say, a new home construction company where they're just trying to find local business. And that's honestly the thing I love most about my job, other than the people, is just getting to learn different things every single day. There's always something new to learn, always something new to research and discover. And I also love the fact that I feel really comfortable with my job. I feel very confident in the work that I do because I've never had any of my clients come back and say, well, this didn't work for me. It has always worked for every single one of my clients. The advice that I've given them just has worked, and that's because I tailor it specifically to them. So again, anytime you do your job well, it feels really good when you get good feedback. So my favorite thing is, like, the other night I had a 6-week follow-up email with one of my clients, and before she had posted 18 videos and had, I think, maybe 150,000 or so views between those 18 videos. And it had increased to 1.1 million since we've been working together. So that was really just such a big win. So I really feel like when other people win, I do too. So it's really cool. It's great to have these relationships with people and really build genuine, like, authentic connections with people as they grow their businesses. So that's, again, another thing that I love about my job. And now I wanted to share a little bit about how much money I make and, like, what we do with the money. So if you've watched my other video, you know that my husband and I are retiring at the same time when we turn 40, which is in 5 years. And because of that, I try to work really hard right now to save that money for our future. And so that's actually what all of the money that I make goes to. We don't even budget the money because we just know that it's going to be saved and invested in a special savings fund. And if you want to hear more about that, I do have a Race to 100K savings video up where I kind of detail that a little bit. And I charge $500 per session, and I know that sounds kind of expensive to some people, but $500 actually covers all the research that I do. And it covers literally everything from branding to a growth strategy call to brand collaboration suggestions and templates and things like that. So it's really an all-inclusive service, and that's all I charge my clients. And I've had such good feedback about that because it's never like an upsell service. Like, yes, it feels like a little bit of an investment at the beginning, but people don't mind paying that when they know they're going to have access to me for forever for whatever questions they have. So, and again, my goal as the strategic analyst is always to have my clients make their money back within the first 6 weeks. And I haven't had a client yet that actually did our plan and didn't make that money back. So I have had a client or two that were interested in the plan, but then they weren't implementing the plan. And so they didn't actually ever email anybody or reach out to brands or implement anything. So they didn't see the same success in that way. So that, I would almost say, is more like user error and less of the plan. And then when they implemented it, eventually they got paid back. But for me, I always want to encourage people to move forward with the plan immediately so they can be making their money back that they paid me. But yeah, so it does sound like a lot. I know I only need, I think it's 4 clients a week to make $2,000, and that's a lot of income. And so that's kind of where I try to hover my clientele, as I try to only take a few a week, so that way I can be dedicating myself to really researching and really finding clients or collaborations for my clients. So I love that part of my job too. It's really cool to be bringing in income to put towards our future goals. It just makes me feel so good, especially as a stay-at-home mom. I know a lot of people don't have that opportunity, and it feels good to be adding to the financials and also still getting to take care of our house and homeschool our youngest. So it's a good job for me. And really the last thing I want to touch on, because I don't like to make my YouTube videos too long. I understand you guys have lives and you just want the information and want to keep going. So I'm going to give you the info. So the reason why it matters for us moving forward is my husband, like I've mentioned in other videos, is trying to beat the Guinness Book of World Records, and he's going to run the perimeter of the US trying to beat that record when we retire. And in order for us to do that as a family, like, yes, we could just save the money and do it ourselves, but we really would like to have that run sponsored by companies. We'd like to come together and collaborate with some awesome companies. Some we already know of and some I'm gonna have to research. And so for me, that's really important because I want to make sure that I can market myself and I can market my husband as an ultra runner to do this big feat. So I basically see the next 5 years as a time to be building authentic relationships with brands and also practicing my own strategies for myself. We aren't an influencing family by any means, and my kids will not be on social media until they're adults. Honestly, I think that's going to be kind of a hard and fast rule for us. But I do like to build my authentic community on Instagram. I like to have these videos here on YouTube so I can just kind of explain what we're doing with our life. And that's about it. So we're never going to be that big influencer family that's just around everywhere, but for now, we are working through that as far as like growing on social media and getting those brand collaborations. So again, we can move forward and chase my husband's biggest dreams. So, and I'm so excited to support him in that. Some people may say like, oh, well, he's running after his dreams. What are you doing about yours? And I'm like, I'm literally living my dream. Like, never in my wildest dreams would I have ever thought that I would have actors and singers and everything on my FaceTime and having, you know, conversations with them and getting to do that as a job. Like, it just absolutely blows my mind. Like, I really am living my dream life right now. And yeah, it's just, it will always blow my mind that this girl from Section 8 grew up to be able to own a consulting firm and have these conversations and absolutely just, I don't know. I had somebody the other day who has been on network television many times tell me that she couldn't sleep before she talked to me because she was so nervous about it. And I thought to myself, like, it's just me. Like, I can't believe that this person felt that way. And I slept fine the night before. So I was like, I must be in the right field because I wasn't nervous about it at all. I was actually just more excited to help her grow her presence. So I know that I'm living my dream. I'm excited to watch my husband live out his dream. And yeah, so thank you guys for sticking around and watching my video about what I do for work. And if you want to follow along on our journey, you can either do it here by hitting the subscribe button or pushing that little bell to get notified anytime I upload new videos. Or if you want, you can go and join me over on Instagram at Simply Sherberts. My husband is over there as well at the Ultra Daddy Longlegs. So either way, if you want to follow our journey, we're around on a couple social sites, and I hope to see you guys next video.